Everybody has a weird track in life. This guy's track is getting really wonky weird. Like, it's getting so weird. The path back to make this situation right with you is such a long shot.
Jordan's messages.
Sponsored by Squarespace.
It's a beautiful thing, Josh, when the messages can fit on one piece of paper and it's not even a full page. That is a miracle from God as well. That is a messy miracle. Dear Jordan and Josh, I have been listening to the Blimey podcast lately and loving it. So, I knew where to turn with my predicament. So, I have been dating my first boyfriend for a while now, and we are talking about marriage. We obviously want to get married as soon as possible, which would be the summer after freshman year of college. About a year and a half from now, I'll still only be 18, but it doesn't make sense to wait because we'll be on the same campus anyways, and that will just make everything harder. The problem is, I don't want to make anyone mad. My sister got married at 19 recently, and a lot of people weren't happy about it. My parents specifically. Everything turned out fine, but I just can't handle the judgment that she went through. Should I wait to avoid drama, or should I not care what people say and just do what I know will honor the Lord, make us both happy, and what makes financial sense? There was a question at the end, and I lost it. The sentence was so long. Look, there were some people in college that were freshmen, okay? And they were the only people that were married on the entire student body. As far as I'm, you know, it's us, they were Blimey fans.
Yeah, nice.
And they were the nicest, coolest people. And you know, I didn't see them very often, Josh. To be quite honest with you, we didn't have any of the same classes, but they did come up to me several times and were like, you know, we would talk and stuff, but they always seemed down to earth more than anybody, really. And they were 18, I think. 18, they were younger than me.
Wow.
And I thought, you know what, God bless you. That's what I said. Look, to be quite honest with you, this day and age, getting married at 18, it's a risk. Okay, it wasn't always this way. People sucked things up and just like went on with life. Life was hard, and so you just knew that was what it was gonna be, and so you pushed through it. Now, you know, we've got Netflix. We've got all this other stuff, Josh. And so when life starts getting hard and it's 18, you're 18 and you see all these other options, it's not just you on a farm with one neighbor a mile away. You know, there's other options out there, and that's a real thing. So look, I think now getting married at 18 is a risk because of the amount of options that the human brain has. If you are a person who is mature enough to get married at 18, and you know in your heart, you know, this isn't just like a sexual desire thing, Josh. You know that you are committed, that you will never quit, you will never back down, you will never give up, and you know that your man is like that too. Get married at 15. I do not give a D. Okay? I don't. I wish we had more people getting married at 15 and 13. Josh.
Wow.
Back in the day. And your grandparents have been married for 80 years. And it's
maybe, I mean, okay. 13?
They were married at 13 back then. It was messed up.
Were
the
guys 13 or were
the guys were 14. It was a different time. It was a different time. And you know what? They all canned their food. They did what they did. They seemed happy. I don't know. I mean, they were married forever. They didn't necessarily always seem happy, but they were like, how'd you guys...
So many.
Maybe one. I have experience with one. And you know what? They seemed fine. They seemed normal. I don't know. Like, look, life is about the generations. We think about one moment in time. We think about our whatever.
Our piece of the pie.
Our piece of the pie. You gotta think like the Chinese do. You gotta think, in 200 years, where's my country gonna be at? What can we do right now so that 200 years later, I don't care if the decision seems whatever, from their perspective, they know what end they want. And so 200 years later, they're thinking about that.
They don't plan on seeing the fruits of their labor.
No.
But they know the fruits must be there.
They know they've got to be there. And so they're going to do what they think they need to do so that they can get the result in 200 years. And you know what? I wish that the United States of America had that mentality. So somehow this...
That is really annoying.
What? That you can see that our society is based on the first 5 minutes of what's going to happen, and they're thinking 200 years.
We have an 8-second society.
8-Second Society. That is a hardcore band right there, Josh, if I've ever heard one. 8-Second Society.
So guys,
what a great band.
We're 8-Second Society, here we go!
I can't guarantee you that this is a good idea for you, because I can't, if you walked into I've said this before, if you walked into this room right here, right now, I could tell you in 1 second if you were the kind of person.
100%.
100th of a second, I would be able to tell you 100% if you should get married at 18 or not. But I can't do that.
True.
I can't do that.
So true.
So I am limited with the message, so that is the best answer that I could give with the information that I have on a piece of paper and ink. Guys, we have finally revamped the BlimeyCow.com website. Go check it out. It's super easy to navigate with updated info about all the things that we're working on. Of course, our site has always been built with Squarespace, so picking a new template and updating everything only took a few hours once we finally sat down and said, it's time to do this. They have flexible website templates no matter what kind of site you want to create, whether it's a blog, portfolio, web store, YouTube channel, or whatever else you want to display or promote. All the templates look great, and you can customize them to do whatever you want. Squarespace makes everything so simple. You can create an online store selling physical, digital, or service products easily. Plus, you can create custom merch too and print on demand. They even handle shipping for you. What in the world? So, what do you want to build? I want you to listen to me right now, okay? You can do it with Squarespace. It's time to finally build that website you've been putting off. Head over to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, go to our link squarespace.com/cow, because there you're going to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/cow. Now, let's get back to the messages. Hi, Josh and Jordan. I started an office job recently and I made a few friends. There was a guy who I thought was incredibly sweet. I knew he had a girlfriend, but we started hanging out together and clicked instantly. I went to his apartment to watch a movie. Oh, geez. But we ended up kissing and starting an affair. I knew I shouldn't. I got a title. That's all I care about. I got a title for this message. That's all I care about. I knew I shouldn't have been going there so frequently in the first place, but I didn't think this would happen. I told him that I didn't want to be the other woman. I was expecting him to say we should stop, but he broke up with his girlfriend instead. He knew what he wanted. I started going out with him privately, but I'm honestly not sure if that was a good decision. I feel terrible for wrecking their relationship, but I'm happy with ours. Is there any way to fix things? What should I do? I never thought I'd get into something so messy. You know, people don't expect to get into these mistakes. That's the thing. People, like, you see somebody doing something stupid and you're the person about to do something stupid, and you think, how on earth do these people get in these situations? Next thing you know, you're hanging out with this guy at work, you're going to his house, you've gone Netflix and chill, you've been there 4 times, now all of a sudden you guys are making out on the couch. Next thing you know, you're the other woman. It's amazing how just the snowball effect, that's what happens to almost everybody, and everybody after that, it's not about the fact that it happened. It's about, because everybody's gonna get into a situation that you get into and you think, how the bleepity bleep did I get here? Okay? It's about what you do after you think, how the bleepity bleep did I get here? Okay, that's the moment that actually matters in this life. Okay, and most people fail, to be quite frank. About 99.9% of germs are killed when you put the stuff on your hands. It also kills the bad germs, Josh. The good germs, Josh, which is... It kills literally everything. And only...
It's like chemo.
Yeah, and only 0.1% survive. I don't remember what that metaphor was for that I said, but that's a fact. Okay, that's...
I've got a metaphor for you.
Okay.
It's at the end of the night, you've eaten 3 donuts, you look into the refrigerator for something else to eat, you know you're not hungry anymore, but you've already made the decision. This is a day that I screwed up. How did I get here? Might
Okay.
as well eat some more.
Yes, exactly. Might as well eat some more. Might as well go to his apartment and watch more Netflix and watch more nudes on Netflix.
8-second society.
8-second society. We've already established this, and that's where you're living. And so you've got a decision to make, okay? Do you trust that this guy is not going to do this with you? Okay, because look, to be quite honest, maybe he won't. I don't know. Sometimes people are in weird situations. They meet a girl who's nice.
He walks in the room, you can tell.
Exactly. The guy could have been in a bad situation with another girl. Okay? Then he makes another bad decision with you. Okay? Maybe he sees a little life in you and he's like, wow, okay, I'm still a bad kind of dude who makes bad decisions, but I kind of, maybe this is a little bit better than what's going on, and he's in this terrible mess, and he's trying to figure life out, and he keeps falling over his own flipping feet, and he's on the ground, desperately groveling, flailing around, praying to God as he Netflix and chills. And you're not the answer for him. I think that's what I'm trying to say. He could be trying his darndest to get out of this mess while also digging himself into a hole more.
He doesn't know what's going on. He's trying.
I was trying.
Just make out a little more with this girl. I'll feel better.
Yeah, I was trying to talk myself into that maybe she should maybe give this some kind of a chance, but I talked myself out of it as I was, you know, I like trying to give, I just
tried to show some grace.
I did. I tried to show some grace, give a messy miracle. I couldn't pull that one out of the bag. I tried to give this man a messy miracle, and I just don't know if I can do it, Josh. Look, maybe if he found this girl who's just so nice and watches messages, writes in a question, okay? And he's like, wow, you know, hey, I want to hang out more. Then they like go and get coffee or something. And then he's like, wow, okay, I like this girl more than my girlfriend. We're not like, this isn't a marriage relationship. I have a girlfriend. I randomly am working with this other girl now. I realize I actually have more of a connection with this other girl than my current girlfriend. Okay, break up with the girlfriend and be with the, like, but the fact, even if it got a little bit messy in there somewhere, where he like didn't call it off early enough, and it's like this weird thing because he wasn't, you know, man enough to do that. Whatever, okay?
Beta.
That is beta, but at least you can maybe come back from that. But the fact that he lured you to the apartment, Netflixed and chilled, even if he's like, hey, this girl is nice, like, it's kind of a lost cause to me at that point. And I would get out of this.
You should have texted her to break up before they started making out the first time.
See, that still wouldn't have made it any better.
At least it would have been, at least polite.
Well, at least he would have looked like he was a nice guy. Now he can't even look like he's a nice guy. So, yeah, I would say
Get him out of here.
Get him out. I wouldn't. This makes your life too complicated. Everybody has a weird track in life. This guy's track is getting really wonky weird. Like, and it's so bad. It's getting so weird that the path back to make this situation right with you is such a long shot. It's like a boomerang actually working for the first time in your life. With no practice, you throw it, it comes right back, you land it. Okay, that is possible if you're skilled enough. I don't think this guy is skilled enough to have the boomerang of his life come back into his hand perfectly. If you want to take that risk, knock yourself out, Netflix and chill every single night. But I wouldn't do it, to be quite honest. I think that boomerang is just gonna fall flat on 10 yards away, and he's gonna look like a complete loser idiot. So I would just stop it. I would get over it, get him out of your life. You know, we used to do 3 questions on this channel, 3. Can you imagine that, Josh? 3 questions? You know, we got a little flack, Josh, when we dropped it down to 2 questions every message. People got mad. They said, Jordan, it's not enough. We need 3. I'm like, look, maybe you're right, okay? I took the heat for that. I thought maybe I am being a slacker, but you know what? I jam-pack more into 2 questions than I ever did with 3. I give more thought. It's not that I give more thought. I'm able to give more meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
It's not just the potatoes. Now we've got the full 3-course meal. So it's broccoli, meat, and potatoes. And that is exactly what you guys needed. Don't be messy. And leave good messages.